I just wanted to talk about this Jeezy interview from a long time, the interview he did with Everyday Struggle. So let me say one thing right off the bat. I think the interview was corny. Jeezy was being very disrespectful and very uh, salty. And in my opinion, uh, Joe Budden in general was quiet because Jeezy is a very, reputable personality in rap. This interview was kind of reminiscent of the Vic Mensa interview they did, where DJ Academics was the same as Joe Budden, but there was some tension there. Joe Budden, if you don't know, had a critique about Jeezy in journal. He did actually, came 1 or 2 days later and actually apologized as he got a lot of more information about Jeezy. But I don't think that was real. It was real and it was not real. Why I'm saying that is, it came right. The Jeezy interview came right after the apology. Maybe Complex did it on purpose to build up the hype and shit. So he critiqued his career and all of that one day. Then 1 or 2 days later, he came and he apologized. He didn't knew that he had a big hand in YG's career as well. YG is out here selling 1 million copies first week and shit. I don't get it. Like, YG is a talented person. He could go on and make music on his own. He didn't need Jeezy. He didn't need any other act who could help him. Let let me explain this. Jeezy Jeezy's last album sold 60,000. All right. His new album sold 60-70,000. He's not a very big act who would support you, or with his cosign you can just blow up or something like that. He's not Kanye West. He's not Jay-Z. He's not someone, if you ride with them, like it is you're destined to blow up. I'm not taking Jesus' credit away. What I'm saying is, he was braggadocious. He was bragging about the fact that he helped YG and he did that and he did this. Still, Brazy was one of the best projects of the last year. Did Jeezy write for YG? Did Jeezy produce for YG? Did Jeezy told YG to put certain songs on the album or execute the album the way it was executed? I don't think so. So let's put that aside and talk about the Jeezy interview in general. So I was excited, but I do agree with the people who were in the comments. The people in the comments, were saying the same thing that I'm saying, that Jeezy was being salty. He was being salty because they had a critique about him. And let's be honest here. What do we know that what do we know about the people, all of the people in the interview? What do we know about Joe Biden's personal life? What do we know about Nadeska or Jeezy or academics? We don't know what they do in their free time. We don't know. They might donate to. They might do big donations to the people near them, or they might help people near them, or they might do a lot of good deeds, but not actually be bragging about them. And to Jeezy's point, if the GC was saying that you cannot sit on a show, on a public show, and critique someone or advise someone. You should go to them and you should sit down with them and have a conversation with them. Let me put y'all in a scenario. Say if you had to stop a protest, for example, like 200 people were protesting, all right, about something, I don't know, maybe it was related to you in some shape or form, and you had to stop that protest from happening. Would you rather address everyone in general, like everyone, or would you go to each person and explain them that you should do this and this is bad and this and that and do this and do that, or would you speak to all of them? Like, Joe Budden has a platform through which he can speak, through which he can pass his message. He tried to explain to XXX Tentacion about a lot of things that he couldn't understand. He couldn't understand what Joe Budden was saying. He was explaining him all of the things that might have happened with Joe Budden himself, but he didn't understand. He went to jail, he came back, he will have another hearing. So what I'm saying is, Jeezy's point was completely invalid to me. And in my opinion, you cannot do good deeds and brag about them afterwards. And in my opinion, if you do so, it takes away the credibility. And one thing in the whole interview was clear to me: Joe was not, trying to argue with Jeezy just out of respect. And for I'm sorry for y'all, but y'all who are calling this schooling, I think y'all should try to understand your own self first. You should try to understand yourself, your goals, your mind first, and then look up to people for advice or schooling. OGs like GZ are not meant to do corny shit. Watch the Mano interview they did. They watched the Nori interview they did. Watch other interviews, especially the interviews where Joe is present. Let's talk about one interview in general. The interview they did with Hitmaker. I don't know how to pronounce their name. I'm sorry. They are producers, of course. They are a duo. So in that interview, Joe and Academics had a very heated conversation about them, about the streets life, and Joe actually spoke a lot and explained a lot and tried to make Academics understand a lot of things. Those were the same exact things that Jeezy said, but the things that Joe said to Academics were backed up with factual information. Those were facts. Those were information. It was information that Joe was giving to Academics, whereas Jeezy was being braggadocious. He was being a kingpin. He was being like the biggest drug dealer or the biggest leader in the world or the leader of rap game, which was corny to me, and I'm sorry. And him saying that you cannot criticize something, for example, people who point guns at their phone and maybe release trash ass music, and you cannot critique that. It's corny, man. It's corny, and I'm sorry, but I do understand the point. But again, bragging ruins your credibility. And I hope y'all didn't take offense to anything I was saying, but the point being is, we should try to find ourselves. We should try to cater to the people around us before looking up to someone for schooling. People in the comments were literally saying that this is schooling, Jeezy is so great, he's dropping gems and this and that. And nah, nah, man, nah. I know I don't have a lot of information. I am not familiar with Jeezy's music that much. I am actually from a different country, different state with different upbringing. English is not my first language. I haven't followed all of these people from the get go, but I have caught up. It's been only 4 years that I started, 5 years, 4 or 5 years, that I actually started listening to rap music. But I found a lot about rap music. I searched a lot. Uh, I'm not limited. I literally went back and search and check some Slick Rick albums, some Big Daddy Kane albums, KRS One albums, and Ice Cube and Tupac and Notorious B.I.G., Snoop Dogg. I checked all these rappers. I checked their history. I checked what they were doing when they were in their prime. I checked all these facts. So the point being is, I might not have all of the information, but I do have a mind, and my mind and my heart says that the things Jeezy said in there, some of the things, some of the major points he was trying to make were corny and they were invalid in my opinion. And I'm sorry. So thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Alright, so